is able to gain advantages from AFTA, particularly in terms of foreign direct investment. The foreign direct investment has increased in many sectors. However, it seems that the inflows of the manufacturing sector take a lead than others. Investors clearly saw the opportunity to invest in Thailand since the elimination of import duties for intermediate imports from other ASEAN member countries with the lower price under the AFTA scheme. And we predict that in 2015, Thailand still gains those advantages while some others should be noted. It can be seen that the most important opportunity that Thailand can gain from AFTA 2015 is to outsourcing its factory to the other ASEAN members. By taxing incentive in AFTA framework, Thailand can encourage per investor to go and invest to the ASEAN members. Multiple advancements to Thailand, and as a result, the unemployment rate will decrease. Thailand will become the foreign direct investment destinations in 2015 since the conditions and Thai policy are all friendly to investors. It has liberalized and encourages market-oriented systems that allows the freedom of moving in terms of productions.
Your Majesty the Sultan, esteemed ASEAN leaders, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished national and international guests. It is a great honor to have His Excellency Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, Advon Kane, to open our meeting, followed by the remarks of representatives of other ASEAN members. On behalf of all participants and the government of Vietnam, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to all participants and representatives of ASEAN for the insight that I am sure that will be very helpful in our sessions. The government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam have great honor to participate in this important mock ASEAN 20 Summit. Vietnam and ASEAN member countries have many things in common regarding history, culture, society, and economics. While their traditional relations have long been established, now to speed up the industrialization and modernization of its economy. Vietnam is at present in the midst of the process of economic liberalization, from which it is receiving substantial dividends. At the initial stage, the globalization of Vietnam's economy has been dominated by its economic interchange with its ASEAN partners, who have played an important role in this aspect. In ASEAN and through AFTA, Vietnam has integrated with some of the newly industrialized economies and will reap the gains of increased trade and foreign investment. Vietnam will also have the opportunity to exchange views with other countries and learn from their experiences in improving its economic management and businesses. Third, participation in ASEAN and AFTA requires that Vietnam adopt the norms and practices governing the rules and regulations of international trade relations. This is especially significant in that the issue of Vietnam's accession to the WTO has been strongly endorsed and assisted by all AFTA members. Regional integration also makes it easier for Vietnam to be recognized and accepted. The first 6 members that are the founder of Southeast Asia. To be a compatible and competitive player, Vietnam needs to develop a competitive, efficient, and sustainable economy. Vietnam has fallen into disadvantage, while other ASEAN members prevail and gain the upper hand because of their advantages and long-established positions in the regional and global markets. The comprehensive renovation and transition and startup study, as well as the new thinking, there is no existing model of the socialist market economy. Internal restructuring is therefore of vital importance. At the end, I would like to stress that Vietnam stands ready and is determined to step up the renewal process, national industrialization and modernization. We are now in the process of restructuring the economy, renovating the growth model with a view to developing knowledge-based and green economy, securing a fast and sustainable development. In order to achieve these goals, we focus on three breakthroughs, which are perfecting the institution of socialist-oriented market economy, developing human resources, and upgrading the infrastructure. Finally, I would like to wish Your Majesty the Sultan, Excellencies, esteemed ASEAN leaders, distinguished delegates of all ASEAN member countries, good health, success in your all accomplishments, and the March 20-year ASEAN Summit be kept with optimistic triumph. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, heads of countries and heads of government of ASEAN member countries, Your Excellency, Secretary General of ASEAN, the esteemed leaders of state institutions and ministers of ASEAN member countries, all distinguished delegates and participants. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates and participants, we gather here today while the world is facing a process of changes that may have widespread impacts to humanity. In the Middle East and North Africa, we see the social and political transformation as the Arab Spring continues. In the meantime, the world is facing the threat of yet another global economic crisis due to financial confusion in the Eurozone. In addition to these new uncertainties, casting a dark cloud on the world economy, the world continues to face with fundamental problems and challenges, such as food, energy, and water security. Extensive integration of the ASEAN economies into a single production base and the creating of a regional market of over 500 million people. The elimination of tariff and non-tariff barriers among the ASEAN members has served as a catalyst for greater efficiency in production and long-term competitiveness. Moreover, the reduction of barriers to intra-regional trade give ASEAN consumers a wider choice of better quality consumer products. Through ASEAN Free Trade Area, AFTA, ASEAN has achieved significant progress in the removal of tariff. However, free flow of goods would require not only zero tariff, but the removal of non-tariff barriers as well. Other countries outside ASEAN, such as the United States, China, and Japan, remain major trading partners of Indonesia. We are working closely and collaboratively with our friend countries in the region and see a substantial increase of intra-ASEAN trade exchange. Latest statistics show that trade between Indonesia and Malaysia, Singapore and Thailand has been on a positively increasing tendency, and we will keep up with this progress. APSEC and ASO should form a bridge between the public and private sector. On the one hand, many of its member institutes would be part of the governmental infrastructure of their countries or would be mandated by their government. On the other hand, other members would have the roots uniquely in the private sector, having been set up by national partnership. The main focus of ASEAN toward 2015 should be placed on the full elimination of non-tariff barriers. Member countries should work on eliminating NTBs for endorsement by ASEAN Economic Minister meeting scheduled in September 1995. More emphasis should be made to the preparative work for NTB elimination, which is being undertaken by the Interim Technical Working Group.
Thank you, His Excellency Rabin, President of the Indonesia. So, yeah, just to contribute with all of you, as the chair of ASEAN League, Cambodia would like to raise up our opportunity and challenges. So, anyway, participating in the AFTA, so Cambodia will have some benefit, or let's talk about advantages, the opportunity for Cambodia. So, first of all, let me talk about the free flow of product and market expansion. Of course, Cambodia's trading partner is very limited, since we have only the trading business transaction with only not many countries, but just some countries in our region and some just very few countries in European countries. That seems like the export of Cambodia is still very limited. So we strongly believe that with such participation in AFTA, so we will be able to expand to flow our product, to export our product to the region. Why? Because we now in ASEAN, in ASEAN we have about 600 million people already. So it seems to be a very big market for Cambodia. So since we are all equal, so we believe that we can export more product to your region, to your country. Right? So it is about the market expansion and the flow of product of the Cambodian product, of course. The second opportunity for Cambodia, it is about the flow of technical assistance and skills labor. Of course, let's say we are lack of human resources, so we really need your technical assistance, especially from the developed country in the region, especially from Singapore, Indonesia, right? Also from Malaysia, you are very qualified with the technology, the science, whatever. So we strongly believe that with such an integration, a very flow of technical assistance to Cambodia. So we really needed to build up our productivity, to improve our productivity as well as to strengthen our, especially the foreign direct investment from your country, from the other country is still very small compared to others. So with such an integration, I believe that it will be a very good image for Cambodia, because it will build up our positive image, our positive steps in the international forum, international stage. So we strongly believe that the other countries, especially the European country, also other countries in various parts, various regions of the world, will trust Cambodia, will believe in the capacity of the royal government of Cambodia, people of Cambodia, that they will come here and work so that we all benefit, especially the Cambodian people. We will be able to reduce our poverty, to increase our gross domestic product, and as well as to strengthen, to improve the standard of living of the Cambodian people at large. Right. So these are the three main opportunities of becoming a member, a full member of AFTA 2015. Anyway, so at the same time, still like I have raised up earlier, since Cambodia is let's say our civil servant, our government official, their knowledge is still limited. It's not very well-rounded, it's not very knowledgeable as other countries. So sometimes we still have such kind of barriers, such kind of problem. Anyway, the second challenge for Cambodia is about the human resource at large. Okay, so talking about human resource here, I may heavily mention about the labor force, right? The labor force. So as we have perceived already that having a very good human resource will be very beneficial as the President of Singapore has raised up. That country, they are the knowledge-based economy, right? So we Cambodia, we want to develop it also, but we are having a problem because of what? Our education is still, it is not poor, but it is not good yet, right? So just say we are in the medium of fair level, so we need time to improve that, and we may need your assistance, especially from Singapore, from Thailand, from the Philippines, right? So that's what we need, your technical assistance, your cooperation, your collaboration with such an educational affair. So we believe that it is a challenge because we are still lack of human resources, especially skilled labor. And with such I think there will be the free flow of workforce in our community, ASEAN 10 countries. So that if Cambodian workers are still, meaning I'm talking about their education, their knowledge is not very high compared to other countries. So it seems to be a very disadvantage for Cambodia because we Cambodian workers may not involve ourselves in your market, your labor market, right? So at last, maybe we are just the audience. Right? We are just the audience, we are just the reader or whatever. We are just the watcher of your development, of your activity. So anyway, it is our challenge. And the last one, it is about the quality of the product at large. So as the agricultural country, so much percent of our economic development stands. So we just based on the agricultural sector. Right? So talking about such a factor, we still have insufficient technology, and even we talk about the ways how we cultivate the crop. So about 80% of Cambodian people are farmers, and let's say half of that, they are still, they still adhere, it's still based on the traditional ways of cultivating. There is no crop diversification, there is no fertilization or whatever, but they just follow their traditional or what they have done before. And another one, it seems to be a very great one. It is about the tariff reduction. So such a tariff reduction will leave a very critical impact on our national budget. Because let's say our economic strength, our economic drive or force, meaning our Cambodian force, economic force is still very limited, still not very developed. So we just based on that tariff, so we earn a large amount of money from that to fulfill our national budget. So with such a participation in AFTA, so there will be no more tariff, right? So it will be a great impact for Cambodia at large. So what the government will do, we will try to find another way to earn more money to fulfill our pocket, so that there will be no salary for the civil servant government officials. Right? That is a very good challenge for participating in the AFTA. So anyway, we may try to balance. So comparing between the opportunity and challenge. So there will be a question asked to Cambodia that whether we are now right or wrong. It is the right time for Cambodia or it's too late or too early for Cambodia to fully participate in AFTA. So as a chair of the country, as a chair of my government, I would say that it is the right time for Cambodia to participate in that. Though we face some challenges, but we will try to work hard on that. And at the same time, we believe that we will enjoy the opportunity. So, thank you, His Excellency Secretary General of ASEAN Secretariat and all our esteemed ASEAN leaders. I would like to take some minutes just to summarize our discussion in this morning. So let me begin with the opportunity for the countries in ASEAN. So there will be divided into two. The first one is less developed country in ASEAN, meaning the new member. Particularly we talk about CLMV, and another one we talk about the old partners such as Singapore and others. Let me name you as the developed nation in the region, right? So to begin with, just talking about the CLMV, including my country also, Cambodia, right? So the first opportunity that we may get, some of you have already raised here, that there will be a free flow of product and labor force and technology, which we really need it, especially Vietnam also, right? Like His Excellency Kim Lai has said that his country will also need technology to develop the industrial sector. And aside from that, there will be more technical assistance for us. That is another opportunity. And also it is about the investment, particularly the foreign direct investment that will provide small benefits. If we try to look further, there will be a poverty reduction and the GDP or GFP or whatever, that will be a very increasing in that, right, for such a participation. And for the developed nations such as Thailand, Singapore, meaning the founding fathers of ASEAN. So there, according to the discussion this morning, I have noticed that they will have some advantages. Just first of all, there will be the expansion of the market product, right? Like we can see our region now, the Thai product is everywhere, and now the Singaporean product, Malaysian, Indonesian product is everywhere in our market, in our region. So it will be a very great opportunity for all your country to expand, to export more product to the other countries. Today, in the morning. So I just would like to inform to the leaders, all leaders of ASEAN, that there will be no break. So we may proceed. To our second plenary session. So there will be an open discussion for all of you. So if there is any problem, if there is any idea or concept or opinion to raise up about our opportunity and challenges of your individual country, so please kindly raise, and please just raise your hand up and I will give you the opportunity. So please welcome.
To make sure that the scholarship can be qualified and I can say that the quality and quantity of the scholarship should be provided, and to make sure that the subject provide